Bad clowns. The phrase alone sends shivers down many people's spines. Those malicious misfits of the Midway who terrorize, haunt, and threaten us have long been a cultural icon. But why are we so fascinated and terrified by them? Author Benjamin Radford is here to tell us more this morning, discussing this in his new book, Bad Clowns. Ben, always a pleasure to see you. So why write a book on bad clowns?
It was a case where it was interesting because they're all over the pop culture. They're in movies and TV and comic books and everything else. And I realized no one else had already done it. And so I was, I tend to be interested in books and topics that are unusual, strange, and that hasn't been plowed a million times.
Right.
And
Which is
so,
surprising to me that there
Yeah.
hasn't been a lot of it, because you're right. I mean,
Yep.
it's, you think of the big ones, Pennywise, you think of the little puppet clown from Poltergeist. Those were terrifying. So in your research, as you were developing this book, did you figure out why people are terrified? Like, what is it about clowns that makes them scary to so many people?
There's a couple things. One of the most obvious thing is, of course, the mask, right? So when a person is wearing a mask, they're hiding their identity, they're hiding their true nature. There's so much information that's conveyed, in facial expressions, and so when you have the mask, then that immediately cuts out a lot of information about them. So the mask is an obvious one. Another one is that what I found was that clowns tend to be, they're very ambiguous characters. People think of clowns as being sort of cute and funny,
Right.
but in fact, the clown character, going all the way back to the court jesters and before, they were always ambiguous. They were sometimes nice and happy, other times they weren't. And so there's always been this really interesting sort of scary ambiguity about a clown. It's like, what's this person doing? Why are they coming closer to me?
Right. So yeah, and obviously, as you said, we've in the popular lexicon, we've had both the fictional bad clowns per se, but there have also been historic, real bad clowns. John Wayne Gacy,
Yeah.
who was, one of the most prolific serial killers of the 20th century. He would dress up as a clown for birthday parties.
Yeah, and that was one of the interesting things when I was looking at, when I was trying to break down the evil clown characters. There's fictional ones, there's historical ones, real life ones, and of course Gacy is the most common one. In Gacy's case, he didn't actually kill anyone as a clown. So
Right.
he did perform as a clown. That part is true. His reputation as a killer clown is a little overblown in that, I mean, but of course it's obvious why people go to it, because killer
There he
clown,
was, yeah,
right?
absolutely.
And he also promoted that himself. He did a lot of self portraits while he was in jail, when in prison waiting execution, as Pogo the Clown. So Gacy was very much promoting himself as a killer clown.
So people that are wanting to read this book, what do you think that they're going to walk away with as they read this book? They're going to think, do you think that they'll get more education on it, that it may demystify the clown, or is it going to make us even more terrified of them?
That's a good question. I think part of the issue is that what I hope people come away with is the complexity of the clown character. We tend to sort of think of the clown as a very unidimensional character. It's like always happy. Like, no, there's really fascinating nuances. Historical folklore, the psychology of clowns. There's different types. So I hope the readers will come away sort of with an appreciation. It's like, wow, there's the phenomena of scary clowns and bad clowns is much more complex and interesting than you would think.
So a couple of things real quick before we lose time. You have a book signing coming up on June 11th, is that
Yes.
right? Okay, tell us about that.
Yeah, that'll be at the DeVargas Mall in Santa Fe on June 11th. I think I'm on at 1 p.m.
Okay.
There's going to be a variety of other authors there as well, and so I'll be signing the Bad Clowns book as well as my previous books. And yeah, it's always fun to meet people and talk
Yeah.
about scary clown stories. Who doesn't have a scary clown story, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, speaking of, there you saw the book cover. Where can we get a copy of this? I know it's now available on Kindle, but say we want to get out, we want to pick up a hard copy, read it. What do you recommend? Where do we go?
I always recommend independent bookstores. Bookworks, Page One, in Treasure House in Old Town. It's also available, online, Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble. Wherever finer books are sold.
There you go. There you go. Bad Clowns on newsstands now. You can get it on the bookshelves. Head over to casa.com. We will have links to where you can get your copy. Ben, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it.
Thanks. Always good to be here.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're going to send things over.